Hi there! Today I'm going to tell you how to make a time-lapse movie using your Canon EOS M50. Okay, one more thing before I start. This camera is not mine, it belongs to Canon Finland, but I'm not getting paid for doing this and nobody asked me to do this tutorial. I'm doing this because I like to do it. What is a time-lapse? Time-lapse is a video that's been captured at much lower frame rate than the playback frame rate of the same video. And therefore, everything appears to be like an accelerated version of the real-time events that went on in front of the camera at the time of the capture. For example, if I make a time-lapse at the capture rate of 1 frame per second, and I play it back at 25 frames per second, everything on the video appears 25 times faster than the real-time events that I captured. And with this Canon EOS M50, it's pretty easy to make time lapses. There are 3 different customizable presets that are really easy for a beginner to start with. In order to make a successful time lapse, you need a tripod or some support to keep your camera steady for the whole capture time. Now let's have a look at the presets that are here in this EOS M50. You have to select the movie mode before you can see the presets. Then press the menu button and shooting settings, and there the bottom option that says time-lapse movie. And there you can see time-lapse disabled. It is disabled by default. Press the set button, you can see that there is scene 1, scene 2 and scene 3 options. Scene number 1 is meant for relatively fast moving subjects, like walking people for example. There are some options that I will go through now. You can set the interval of the shots between 1 second and 4 seconds. And you can set the number of frames between 30 shots and 900 shots. And you can select the movie recording size between Full HD or 4K. And then you can select what the exposure is doing. There are 2 options, fixed first frame. And that means the exposure will stay the same during the whole capture for each frame. And then there's the option of each frame, and then the camera will expose each frame individually. And this is a tricky one. If the lighting conditions remain constant, I suggest you stick with this fixed first frame option. But if the lighting keeps changing, then select the each frame option. But I think after a few experiments you will figure out which one is a better choice for each situation. Then there is this screen auto off. I suggest you enable that because that'll turn off the screen during the capture and it'll save battery. And then scene number 2 option. It's the same as the first one, but it's meant for a little bit slower moving subjects, like clouds in the sky or something like that. And the only difference between scene number 2 and scene number 1 is that scene number 2 has different options for the interval of the shots and the number of shots. You can choose the interval of the shots between 5 seconds and 9 seconds. And you can choose the number of shots between 30 and 720 shots. Then there's scene number 3. And that is also the same as the 2 previous ones, but the difference is, again, the interval of the shots and the number of shots. You can choose the interval of the shots between 11 seconds and 30 seconds, and the number of shots between 30 and 240. Then there's a 4th option, that's custom. There you can choose the interval of the shots between 1 second and 30 seconds, and the number of shots between 30 shots and 900 shots. In a successful time-lapse, there's always a bit of luck involved. And it's always also a bit of trial and error. Because the capture time is usually relatively long. It can be 10 minutes, but it can be 10 days. There are so many things that can happen during the whole capture time and between each individual frame. I suggest you practice a lot because that's how you learn. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.